Women are often told to play hard to get, but let's be honest, many who attempt it fail. They withhold too much, push too far, and end up alone. Others give too freely, flooding men with attention, and end up unappreciated. The art is not in withholding or giving, it is in balance. The secret is knowing how to withhold without pushing him away, to keep him close but never certain, to give enough to sustain desire but never enough to satisfy it completely. Let's start with the paradox. People think withholding is about absence, but true withholding is about rationing. Too much absence creates distance. Too much presence kills desire. The art is to stand in the middle, like fire, close enough to warm, far enough to burn. Men are obsessed with what they can touch, but not fully hold. This tension is where devotion grows. Psychology explains why. The human brain is wired for reward cycles. If a reward is too frequent, it loses power. If it is too rare, people stop playing the game. But when a reward is unpredictable, sometimes given, sometimes withheld, the addiction forms. Casinos use this principle to keep gamblers hooked. Irresistible women use it to keep men devoted. It's not about constant warmth, nor constant distance. It's about rhythm. History proves this. Geishas in Japan perfected the art of controlled withholding. They were trained never to give everything, never all their stories, never all their affection, never all their presence. They knew how to linger just enough to keep a man restless, to haunt him when they were gone. That is why powerful men returned again and again, not because they had everything, but because they never did. So how do you practice withholding without losing him? Let's break it down. First, withhold time. Do not always be available. A woman who rearranges her life for him signals desperation. But you also do not vanish entirely, leaving him starved. The key is selectivity. Sometimes you are there, sometimes you are not. Your presence feels like a privilege, not a guarantee. This scarcity keeps him chasing. Second, withhold full access. Do not share every secret, every detail, every thought. Mystery is not built by lies. It is built by silence. Reveal in fragments, not floods. Let him work for intimacy. Give him glimpses of your mind, your heart, but never the full map. Men fear losing what they cannot fully know. Third, withhold emotion. Do not gush at every gesture. Do not reward minimal effort with overwhelming gratitude. Instead, let your warmth be measured, refined. If he gives little, you give little. If he gives much, you reward selectively. Your reactions should feel like a prize, not a reflex. This makes him strive to earn them. Here's a cliffhanger. Withholding is not coldness. Coldness pushes men away. Withholding is warmth with limits. You are sweet, but not constant. You are present, but not permanent. You show care, but never desperation. This balance creates the exact tension that keeps him close and keeps you powerful. Now let's add strategy. One method is the pause. When he asks a question, don't answer immediately. Pause. Let silence build. Then reply briefly, leaving something unsaid. The pause itself makes him lean in, makes him crave more. Another method is selective absence. Leave when the energy is high, not low. End the evening while he still wants more. This timing ensures he associates you with desire, not boredom. Let's compare two women. The first is always available, always texting, always accommodating. The second is sometimes present, sometimes absent, always leaving a trace of mystery. Which woman keeps him restless at night, wondering, chasing? The second, because she withholds just enough to stay unforgettable. Another layer. Withhold routine. If you always respond the same way, you become predictable. Predictability is the death of desire. Change rhythm. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you go quiet, sometimes you answer, sometimes you delay. Not out of games, but out of control. Unpredictability keeps men engaged because they never quite feel secure. And obsession is born from insecurity. History offers another example. Court mistresses of kings were trained to withhold access strategically. They never gave themselves fully at once. They rationed affection, alternating warmth with absence. Kings, surrounded by women, obsessed over the ones who revealed least. Because what is scarce is always more valued than what is abundant. Practical tactics. When you receive a compliment, don't gush. Smile softly, hold his gaze, and let silence linger. When you spend time together, leave first. Make absence your weapon. When texting, vary your rhythm. Reply sometimes instantly, sometimes hours later. When giving affection, let it be rare, not routine. But remember this, withholding is not punishment. Punishment breeds resentment. Withholding breeds desire. The difference lies in tone. If you withhold with elegance, he feels honored when you return. If you withhold with bitterness, he feels rejected. Always withdraw with grace, not anger. Now let's escalate. Withholding without pushing away requires self-control. It means resisting the urge to overgive, to overshare, to prove yourself. It means trusting that your value increases when you reveal less. Men are not inspired by women who throw themselves at their feet. They are inspired by women who stand tall, who ration their presence like treasure. And here is the final paradox. You do not lose men by withholding. You lose men who are too weak to rise to your standard. The right man will invest more, crave more, and chase harder. The wrong man will vanish, and that is your victory. Because withholding is the perfect filter. Only the devoted remain. So the punchline is this. The ordinary woman gives everything and becomes ordinary. The dangerous woman withholds strategically and becomes unforgettable. Because it is not in what you give that men obsess, it is in what you refuse to give.